Hi, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time I'm going to be looking at the first beer out of 3 from the Otter Brewery, and they are based in Devon. This was kind of generously sent to me by the people down at Otter for reviewing. I've had this once before and it was on cask. It was at the pub in Whitby, a lovely pub, a bizarre pub called the Endeavour. I mean, they seem to enjoy to stick things on the ceiling. It had loads of kind of ship's wheels on the ceiling and at the back of the room, because it looked like a kind of pub that has a lot of music, live music on, and loads of musical instruments stuck to the ceiling. But it was a really nice pub. They had about 3 guest ales on, and this one was the one I had. And to be honest, I enjoyed it. So I'm going to be interested to see how it kind of performs in the bottle. So it was nice and hoppy, was the cask version. Anyway, yeah, sorry. So it's Otter Bright. And I don't think it's bottle conditioned. It says best served cool. I've had it in the fridge for maybe about 20 minutes, and it is 4.3%. Oh, it is bottle conditioned. I think I just caught a bit at the bottom there. Yeah, it might be. It doesn't say on the bottle though, which is surprising. Anyway, ooh, I just noticed something, which is great. So I'm trying to re-educate myself into the flavours of English hops. I think I've got a good handle on what American and kind of New Zealand hops, and maybe a couple of the new Australian hops, their characteristics, and I think I can pick a few of those out. But English hops I'm a bit rubbish with, to be honest. Anyway, this is brewed with Fuggles. I wish I had a little ring, Terry, for the Fuggles. Anyway, less of the waffling, let's get it in the glass. Opposed to Mr. Terry K, I like a head on my beer. Somebody once upon a time told me all the kind of hops are kind of pulled to the head. Might be wrong saying that, but I remember that was always the complaint about people using a sparkler. If you're not in the north of England, a sparkler's a little widget that goes on the end of the swan neck, and that gives you adds body and always finishes off with a nice creamy head. Anyway, a little bit of a head on that. As you can see in the glass, very nice and pale. Nice amount of carbonation, nice pale yellow, nice amount of carbonation, small kind of soapy white head. Anyway, let's have a sniff. I'm getting a lot of, quite a lot of lemon peel there. Bit grassy, maybe a hint of, I guess, honey and lemon kind of lozenges. There's a bit of that. There's a bit of sweet malt in the background. And a bit grassy hops. Anyway, another on my kind of, my road to, as I was saying, my road to understanding English hops. Anyway, let's have a taste. Actually, just before I dove into this, I got a whiff at what reminded me of white wine, slightly vinous quality. Yeah, it's an interesting nose, not what I expect at all. Anyway. And I don't know if it's a retro-nasal kind of quality, but I am getting a slight kind of vinous quality, that kind of white grape. It's nice and light, really nice and light. There's a faint quality what reminds me of elderflowers. It's that sweetness you get from elderflowers. But the thing that drives this forward is a nice level between smooth pale malt, which isn't impacting much in the flavour department, but just kind of keeps it all nicely balanced. But then it's all about kind of quite grassy, lemony hops, which is I wasn't expecting for Fuggles. I always think of English hops like Fuggles and Goldings being quite earthy, having that kind of freshly dug up potato quality. Maybe a faint gooseberry quality in there. Once again, quite grassy, a little bit herbal, flat leaf parsley maybe a little bit. And that malt is there in the background, and it's smooth and quite malleable, and it really works nicely around that simple hop flavour, because it is a simple hop flavour. I remember the cask having a bit more life, but a bit more zippy, a bit more zip to it, a bit more lemony zip. I'm saying zip far too much. So I remember that being a bit more kind of lively and hoppy, and that is usually the case with a bottled beer. You won't get that hop kick that you will do on a cask beer, especially for an English beer, I've noticed. But to be honest, that's a really enjoyable beer. I mean, it's not going to win it's not going to be number one on kind of rate beer. It's not going to be 100% rate beer, because it's a simple beer. The kind of highest rated beers always are very complex beers, and this is a simple beer for a simple job, and that is to quench your thirst after whatever you do in the daytime, which you might find a bit exhausting. You come home from work and you have something like this, and it does the job. It's got a nice amount of flavour, it's very kind of palatable, and absolutely it's very refreshing. It's very refreshing. I can't fault that at all. Obviously it could have a bit more hops for me, but it's got an interesting smell, and the taste is really pleasant and easy drinking. And for a session ale of 4.3%, what more can you ask for? So anyway, as it happens, yes, Devon, Mr. Urban Viking, David, check out Otter. You should get some of them. One of your locals. Because that's not bad at all. That's not a bad beer at all. That's a good sessionable English pale ale using traditional English ingredients. It's good stuff. Anyway, so that's Otter Bright from the Otter Brewery in Devon. Anyway, I'm Rob from HopZine.com, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.